So Thanksgiving, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sitting with my family, and shout out to my cousin Eve, who says to me, I listened to that podcast. It was great. And I was like, thanks. And he was like, I don't think I'll be watching it again, though.
How to lose friends and alienate people.
I was like, wow. But his kids were like, he has 2 adult children. And they were like, it was great. We loved it. And
just wait until he sees the Walter Masterson interview.
And Eve was just like, I watched it to support you, but I don't, it's not for me.
You know what? Thank you so much. We're going to be taking your questions offline.
Listen, Haitian people will hurt your feelings.
Oh, yeah, I know. Welcome to Brief Recess. I'm Michael Foote.
I'm Mélissa Malebranche.
Today we're going to be talking about malaria pills, the movies we watched this past week. My Favorite Murder live show was fierce.
So good.
We're going to be talking about that one gay bar in Maine. You know who you are. And we have our favorite guest, Walter Masterson, is on the show today. So stick around, sit your butt down. It's very Mad Max Fury Road.
I guess so.
Or a little bit like a cranberry sauce, like a string of cranberry garland.
It is a little bit.
It's a little
sauce.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving. You just went in my purse.
I didn't go in your purse. Your purse was wide open. It was a maw. And there was a tissue. You said, do you want a tissue? And I looked over, purse is open.
Yes.
Tissue sitting right on top.
But you went in it.
My mother raised me right. I know not to ever go in a woman's purse.
But did she?
This was not B&E. This wasn't breaking and entering
you weren't digging in the bag, but
I wasn't rooting around.
You weren't rooting around, but you reached into my purse. So I want to tell you something. So do you remember a couple of weeks ago, so after the podcast dropped and I told my friends, I told my family, and you made the Haitian family group chat. Do you remember this?
This has been the goal of my entire fucking
life. As well it should be.
What people need to understand, Melissa's phone, it looks like a cluster of grapes of all the fucking group chats. She has I'm not kidding. I don't think she has person one-to-one chats. It's all group chats.
No. There's definitely, because here's the thing. When you have a large extended family, I have a huge extended family. Yeah. There's the main group chat, and then there are the sub group chats.
Yes.
Right? Because they're little offshoots, and then there's the talking shit group chats.
I was going to say there's got to be a group chat to talk about the
wayward cousin or something.
And if you're not in you're in a group chat and you're not in the subgroup chat, it's because the subgroup chat is about you.
Well, I am certain that there is also a subgroup chat about me, right? Because there has to be.
I'm sure there's a subgroup chat of did you see Melissa's got that podcast with that white boy?
Or maybe, but I also think that there's a subgroup chat about, because I'm bossy. I'm bossy and opinionated. Listen, you have to know who you, and I'm also the I told you so cousin, but I'm also, let the record reflect, fuck off, is that I'm also the cousin that people tell their secrets to because they know they know that I won't tell anybody. However, I will say, and I have a bone to pick with my brother and a lot of my cousins, is they will tell me things in confidence and they will say, don't say anything to anybody.
I am laughing so hard because Melissa is that person for me. She knows all of my secrets, and I always say, I'm not saying this because I don't trust you. I'm saying this because I need to say it for myself.
Sure.
Please don't share this with anyone.
And I don't.
But you get upset. When I say, please don't tell anyone, you're like, ugh.
Well, because have I ever?
No, but I still am saying it for me. It's for my guilt. It's so when I'm in bed at night in my sarcophagus at 4 a.m. and my eyes are still wide fucking open, I'm like, I know Melissa's not going to say anything because I said something.
Right. So, but the problem with my family is that they will tell me things and say, don't say anything. And then when the thing comes out, if one of my cousins is pregnant, they just didn't want to say anything to anybody. Yeah. They will say, oh, but Melissa knew. And then now my aunts,
so now uncles, everyone knows.
My mom is looking at me. My brother went away. When my brother was in college, he did study abroad in Mali. And while he was there, he got malaria.
I did Mali and study abroad. Continue.
Did you really?
No.
Oh. I was like, no, you couldn't have.
I just...
And he called me and he said, this is like early 2000s, and he was just like, don't say anything. I'm okay, but I'm in the hospital and I have malaria. And I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Yes, 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 yes. And he was like, don't tell mom and dad. All right.
We have a rule in my family. If anyone's in the hospital,
Yeah.
you have to tell my mother, because whatever happened to you that landed you in the hospital, you'll be there an extra week because she'll fuck you up if you don't tell her that you're in the hospital. I'm serious. Like,
I believe
whatever, that was like the rule growing up.
Yeah.
If you are in the hospital, you have to call your mother, no matter, even if it's the most embarrassing sex-related thing, you have to call and tell her, or else, because she will rock your shit.
Whatever.
Tipsy
Either way,
Foote.
I love Tipsy Foot though.
Tipsy she's out
Foot.
here.
She's out
here. Fan of the pod.
Yeah. But he gets home and then he says, well, I was in Mali. I got malaria, but don't worry. I told Mélissa. And then my parents looking at me, this happens to me constantly. It is so enraging. Mélissa. Mélissa.
You didn't tell me your son, my own son had malaria.
But he told me not to tell you.
When I was traveling abroad and there was a malaria risk where I was going, it was possible that you could get malaria.
Yeah.
It was a school trip and we all had to take the like preventative malaria medication.
Those give you bad dreams. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was taking them and I was like, guys, this is fucking me up. Like this is really messing with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I'm talking to my friend about it and I had the medication with me and I was showing her and I was like, and the pills are huge. And I was just like describing it and I was like, they only gave me like so many. I had been taking the pills you take when you get malaria. I had been...
You weren't preventing.
I was
you weren't
treating myself.
You were treating yourself with a disease that you did not have.
For malaria
well, who
at
gave them to you?
age 16.
Who gave them to
my
you?
doctor and probably my parents.
That's the doctor's problem.
And now they did an MRI. There's a big ice cream scoop out of my brain.
Shut up. So anyway, so you made the family group chat, the aunts and uncles.
What they say, yeah.
And
the
they were like, the tatis and the uncles. And
wait, is it uncle and tati?
Tati is aunt and uncle is uncle.
Cool.
Remember, I screenshotted it. I'll give it to CJ.
I've been called way worse. Yeah, what did they say?
And you were called, no. But your response to me was like, oh, this is going to be great because I'm going to get all the Haitian vanilla.
Oh, do you have some? Oh my God! Ah! Sorry to the sound guy. Ah!
I bequeath you.
Oh my God!
I've had this
Perrier essence of vanilla. That's what they call me in the group chat. Essence of vanilla.
Essence of vanilla.
Michael Foote.
Michael Foote.
Oh my God! Everyone's favorite blonde. I'm screaming in the studio. I'm sorry, the Las Culturalistas is shooting next door.
I've had that for weeks. And I've been waiting to give this to you.
I am so excited because, so for Christmas, earmuffs everyone in the studio because you're getting this for Christmas. I make panettone.
I know you do.
And I need a lot of vanilla for it. My recipe calls for a lot. And I'm going to spend all next weekend baking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So backstory. For years, I want to say like at least 5 years, Melissa's been keeping you in vanilla. Her family's been maybe illegally importing vanilla from Haiti for me, and what can only be described as an underground smuggling operation. But it does make my baked goods so much better. There's nothing like it.
Yeah,
Ina, watch your fucking back.
Once you go Haitian vanilla, you never
Jeffrey's
go back.
Jeffrey's gonna leave your ass for me. Okay. That's so great. Thank you so
You're
much.
Welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna pour it directly in here.
Get to baking. Get to baking.
This is Sidebar. This is where we sort of talk about all the weird things happening in court, things happening in the judiciary, things happening in our personal lives. Anything you want to talk about right now that's going on? I mean, court's been wild. We were out on Thanksgiving break. I can talk about that. For a while, yeah. We could talk. I want to hear about your Thanksgiving, Miss Cranberry Necklace. But
thank you.
This was fun. All the fucking clerks at the courthouse submitted their rejections right before 4:59 p.m. on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving.
That was methodical and planned out. Yes, it was.
Cruel and unusual punishment, Eighth Amendment violation.
Well, is it really?
No, but
okay, all right.
Gay people were allowed to be a little dramatic.
It's a crutch, using it as a crutch.
I saw the what is that? The birdcage.
Which version?
Robin Williams. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
There's one you can see Robin Williams breaking in that show where he just like starts losing his shit laughing.
I don't like that movie.
No?
Mm-mm.
It's because you just don't like gay people, or do you want to go on the record, maybe straight to camera?
I'll tell you what I
otherwise?
didn't like about it.
Okay.
What I didn't like about that movie was that the son comes back and he's basically asking his dad to not be himself so that he can get in good with this senator's family.
Yeah, the plot is the plot's
That's what I
fucked
didn't
up.
like about it. I was just like,
sure.
that's shitty.
Yeah.
I took it too seriously, I suppose. But that was my problem. I was like,
took this comedy too
I did. I was just like, what kind of a fucked up kid is that, you fucking ingrate? Like, meanwhile, you're a straight mother. Gone.
Just hit the bricks.
Right.
Yeah. Following the Yellow Brick Road. No, I get hung up on certain things in movies where I'm like, we just watched Begonia. It's like, it's got Emma Stone. I almost said Watson. There is something about it that really was bugging me the whole movie. And I was like, I can't wait for this to be over so I can scream about it. Mm-hmm. And it was sort of like the gender power dynamic. Like, we're sort of asked, is this woman sort of being held hostage? And I won't reveal anything about it because it just came out. Mm-hmm. But she's sort of being held hostage. Mm-hmm. And she's like a corporate CEO of a tech company. And it's very much like a tongue-in-cheek, like jokey kind of movie.
Okay.
And like a lot of the punchlines and jokes, I was like, oh, we're kind of being asked to laugh at a woman being held hostage. Like, I don't love this. Like, this makes me feel weird, and I couldn't get past it and enjoy the movie because we don't take this seriously enough in society. Women being held hostage, murdered, killed.
Right.
Like,
and now it's the punchline.
And it wasn't like the punchline, but the fact that she was such an abrasive, like, Elizabeth Holmes CEO kind of type. That was very much what they were trying to go for, this like tech CEO. And how she was sort of like unflinching in the face of this hostage situation. I was like, we're being asked to sympathize a lot with like the hostage holder. Like, we got his entire backstory. We got like why he's
and all
doing
the reasons why this is justified.
And then it's her being like, I'm a bitch. Like, I'm not nice to my hostage holder. And like, that was the joke. And I was like, okay, no.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't like this. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it was
that
bothering
happens,
me.
Right? It's weird.
Yeah. And there are twists in the movie. I won't give them away, but I don't think the twists justified. I couldn't get over that. Maybe it's because I do work in the criminal law space. Yeah. Or I'm on like the My Favorite Murder Network where like we're always talking about like women getting murdered. But
sure. Right. And why is that funny?
It's just, I was just like, I can't laugh at this. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't really like the idea that people are being asked to.
That's okay.
Even if they're cool laughing at it. I was just like, I don't, Yeah.
That's okay to not like that.
We went to the My Favorite Murder Live. We did at the King's Theater.
That
was so
amazing.
fun.
It was so good. And so you brought Brad. I brought Andre and my brother and sister-in-law.
Yep.
We had a great time. So fun. And I think it gave me like a perspective as to their fan base, which is these people are dedicated.
It was so cool to see.
So good.
That was like the coolest part for me was like everyone's emotionally following along with the case
much so.
In like a really committed
way.
And I was too. It was
it
was just like very cool to watch the storytelling unfold. It was really nice. It
was really good. Yeah, I was so excited to be participating.
And we were in a part of Brooklyn that Mélissa described as the dark meat of the chicken.
Mélissa did not say that.
Yeah. You were like, this is the thigh meat. I was like, I've never been to this part of Brooklyn.
You know what? I did say that.
I was I've never been to this part of Brooklyn before.
Yeah.
And Mélissa goes, you're used to the breast.
Yeah.
You're used to the chicken breast over here in Park Slope.
In Park Slope.
And over here is more
what's that hipstery place?
Williamsburg.
You're used to being there.
Yeah.
Well, I used
Beacon's
to live
Closet.
there. I used to live over there, and I'll tell you, when I lived in Flatbush, the King's Theater was boarded up. And
it hadn't been renovated.
It was like on the chopping block, and I can't remember what happened. People were just like, you can't get rid of this theater. And now it's like a site. Yeah. I've never met a man who loves himself more than you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've got 6 cameras on me right now. And it's all by my design.
And you insisted. You were just like, where's the fucking lighting? Where's my lighting?
CJ, can we add another camera? I don't think we're getting
Meanwhile,
this
the girl
angle.
is like, whatever. But you are like, I need need more light. I need more light.
Karen Kilgariff said something to me when I was having dinner with her. She was like, your TikToks are really close up on your face, man. It's like, yeah, there's about an inch away when I'm filming. It started out a little further away.
Tell us where this all began for you, Michael.
You know what? I do want to take you through a quick genesis.
Sure. What happened? What was happening in the home? It was a little further away.
And then as I was filming on the street, I was saying more and more and making more and more videos. So the camera got closer and closer to my face as the more and more I was filming in crowded public streets. I couldn't be like out here like this and with a lot of people around me. So it just got a lot closer. Listen, I like what I see. On
behalf of the people, we don't believe you.
She said, we the people.
We the people don't believe you. This is about you. I mean, listen, if nobody should love your face more than you.
You know what? I had that little speech in middle school about
it's true.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
I really took it to heart.
I mean, I think that we should take a book from the page of the lovely Anna Snap. Okay. Anna, who's always talking about self-love.
Oh my God.
Right? So
I re-listened to her interview. And she really is. She's so great. But
she really is.
It is true. Wait, I didn't actually hear about your Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Mélissa in like many weeks.
I know. My Thanksgiving was fine. I think we did too much. Okay. Oh, and I got to tell you. So my friends were coming for you a little bit. And let me tell you why.
Because, you know what? I accept the challenge.
Sure. Because, and I will tell you exactly why, and I get it. You went on Al Gore and Beyonce Knowles' internet talking about how not stressful Thanksgiving is.
I did not. Oh, I was like, what did I say about Al Gore? What did I say about Beyonce?
Nothing.
So worried.
Yeah, but you were out here on these internet streets.
It's not stressful. And I'm going to double down.
Okay.
I don't find it stressful.
Okay.
What were your friends saying?
Well, first of all, people were sliding into my DMs asking me about this Michael person. Where do you even fucking know this guy from? And I will also say that, what did you make for Thanksgiving this year?
Okay, so wait.
Because that's the problem.
That's the problem. I'm not hosting. I'm like, it's not stressful.
It's not stressful. You weren't hosting.
For me.
You made mashed potatoes, Michael.
So I went out to a drag show the night before because it was Thanksgiving Eve.
A choice was made.
And I was up in Portland, Maine, where the gay bars are a little bit, there's just a lot happening there.
There's a lot happening there or not enough happening there?
How do I say this? Like culturally, the gay scene in Maine is like very different from New York, I would say. New York, it's like, there was a crust to the gay bars. There was a certain je ne sais quoi to the...
well, tell me quoi.
It was... the gay bars I want to say bars, it's one bar. It was a little bit more of a dive bar than I think I'm used to.
What so Michael is trying to tell us
was that the drinks were made with polyurethane and Demerol. So what I'm saying is the next day I was a little under the weather for Thanksgiving.
We don't care.
So we got home from the bar. Brad's asleep on the sofa. I am now experiencing the polyurethane, the Demerol, trying to prep the food that I've promised everyone I was going to bring the next day.
Mashed potatoes.
I'm trying to mash potatoes inebriated. I had to make 2 pies and I with crust. I had made the crust previously. I made Allison Roman stuffing. Allison Roman girlies, you know who you are.
Okay.
And I also made something else that I was too drunk to remember. So I think it was, is it sweet? Was it savory?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So the next day we were so tired. We're driving to my auntie's house.
I need you to stop. I need you to stop. Nobody cares.
I made like 4 or 5 things though.
Right. But I think what the people are feeling is that for somebody who's not hosting.
The people.
You weren't hosting.
Okay.
When you host, we hosted this weekend. You were invited. He was invited and opted not to come, which is fine. But again, choices are being made. And I was very stressed out.
I called you to like shoot the shit while you were in the middle of hosting a party that I had been invited to. And you
said no, which is
fine. And then I was like, what's Mélissa doing today? I'm going to call her.
I was like, I don't have fucking time for you.
I was like, what's going on? And you answered and you were entertaining it. And then 2 minutes in, you were like, you know, I'm hosting that party that I literally fucking invited your ass to, and you didn't show. You said you couldn't come.
Yeah, you
Clearly, you're free, bitch. You're calling me.
But like, when you are hosting people, you are stressed out. And I will say that there is not a time where I have hosted where Andre does not tell me to go take a Xanax. And that.
Do you?
No, I don't.
You don't do a where are my dollies moment, just pop in a Xanny bar in the middle
I wouldn't be able
to
do anything.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Wouldn't be able to like.
I wouldn't be able to function.
Oh, I can. I can function. I can panic my way clear through a Klonopin.
No, I can't do
easily.
That. No, I can't do that.
I took we should probably talk about the headlines a little bit, right?
We should.
Just sort of
and we haven't talked about my Thanksgiving, but it doesn't matter.
Talking about taking a Klonopin, let's talk about what's going on in the news right now.
Okay.
This is your algorithmic show, and we're going to talk about what's going on in the headlines. We're going to be talking about what's happening right now, diva boots on the ground, what's happening on your phone, what's popping up on the notifications. Mm-hmm. Today was all about the Ice Block app for me. I like couldn't get away from it. Basically what happened was like there was this app. It was sort of like you could report ICE presence in your neighborhood. We talked to Robert Garcia about this.
We did
a little bit. He's doing something similar, but like on the congressional level. Mm-hmm. But you could report like ICE activity. You know, I'm on such and such corner in Queens. This is what's going on. And you could sign up for it as a user and then be aware of where ICE is in your neighborhood. And basically what happened was the Trump administration, Pam Bondi, pressured Apple to take it out of the Apple Store because it was interfering with their...
And they did. And they're folding. People are I feel like...
And Apple did it. I think they capitulated instantly. I don't even think there was like public discourse around this.
Just folding like a cheap suit, like a wet paper bag.
Yep. You don't have to come for my suit like that, but...
Well, I mean, I see you a lot.
So now there's a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Ice Block is suing the government. Mm-hmm. Get it, girl. And Pam Bondi admitted. She was like, yeah, I did it. She like admitted it in a press briefing.
Well, they don't... Okay. They no longer care, right?
Right.
They no longer care. I mean, I keep on thinking about the president sitting there and saying Somali people are garbage and doubling down on that stuff. Yeah. Like, there is no good sense, decorum.
Nothing
has left.
Yes.
We are out here raw dogging it. And it's all, no, I mean, it's really.
It's true. No, it's true.
Sans it's like, lube just out here.
It is. And it's crazy because we're admitting to things that are now going to be used in court. Mm-hmm. Like when we talked to Robert Garcia, he talked about this a lot of just like, we're papering the record. Like we're filling up the record of what we're going to then sue for later. And that's what Ice Block is doing. They're taking Pam Bondi's statement and it's right there. It's quoted directly in the lawsuit.
But I think they don't care because so far they have been able to get away with it, right? And they think that we can do whatever we want. We own this.
Yes, exactly. And like, you know, we'll just get pardoned later, George Santos style.
That bitch.
Mess. I know.
Mess.
It is getting good.
It's also just, you know, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right? I'm embarrassed.
Yes.
I'm anxious. Yes, I'm angry. But also there's a lot of like head holding, like, what is going on? Where are we? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
And I mean, and I think this is something I know we keep on sort of circling around this, but trying to figure out, well, what am I supposed to do? Right. So like, I was really hopeful about this Ice Block app, right? Because I want to know when ICE is in my neighborhood or near my workplace or even just where I happen to be because I want to help, right? I want to help. I want to be sort of the town crier because those are the things that I know that I can do, right?
We can go through right now. I could do a checklist of what you can do.
Give us a checklist.
You could be the town crier.
Yeah.
You just can't obstruct justice. So like that's a very subjective thing, but like wait,
hold on. But I think what would be really helpful is what does that look like? What does it look like if I obstruct justice?
Yeah. So ICE is chasing some migrants through your neighborhood. You're home door happens to be open and they run inside. You can't like be like, guys, get in here. Like, I'm going to help you. You have to be, there has to be a sort of, if your door is open and they happen to go inside and you happen to close it after, then you can deny them entry. You can say, this is my private home. You need to have a signed judicial warrant in order to search the premises.
But if I were to say
that, then you are committing a crime.
I am.
Yes, exactly.
So don't do that.
So,
but I mean, I'm wondering if
the same thing goes for your business. So if you run a 7-Eleven and you have a back room, a private area, the police can search that, right? So if people are hiding in there without a warrant.
Right, without a warrant.
The warrant has to have like a signature on it. It has to say honorable so-and-so at their signature.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and then, we do all this stuff. And then I think I made a video about filing a G28 of how people can file this form in order to get a lawyer to help you. And then there's like new precedent that says that you can't get bonded out if you weren't crossing a border and being inspected by a border agent or an asylum officer. Yeah, it's crazy. And like we come up with these rules and then they change.
Well, that's the thing is that they're changing so quickly, and it's like we're changing the tires on the car as the car is moving, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like.
Yes.
You don't know what to do because it's happening so quickly, and they're making it up as they go along.
They are. They very much are. I was remember that client who was texting me. He just texted me and said Jew.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
No,
God bless him. Kid. Okay, so just for those who don't know the lore, I represent a child, and he texted me.
Well, he texts you this way.
He texts me this way. He's learning English, and at one point he just texted me and said Jew, and I was like, do we have to get into identity politics? I'm trying to like help him learn English a little bit.
And educate him.
And educate him a little
bit.
So I'm like, I'm pulling out more information. I'm like, what's going on with you? And turns out he was working at a Jewish summer camp. So it was like just like a surprise. I was like, oh, yeah. It's just like a very strange text to receive.
But
love it.
But just didn't know any better.
Yeah, exactly. And so we got past that. But anyway, active case right now. We're in the middle of getting him a green card, and I've got all the judges' approvals. I've been working the case for years, and they just detained him. He's like a kid.
Yeah.
Just detained. And it's like, okay, I literally have 4 judges who have signed off on this, and no one gives a shit. What
can you tell us without telling us, right? Like, was he just
rounded up?
Okay.
There was no like instance. There was no like. There wasn't a crime that was committed. It was just like, being brown in the wrong place. So then it becomes like, what do I have to jump in and like I have to figure out how to like bond this person out. It's like we have to wait years in order to get him citizenship.
Right.
So for all those years, he's just in this high risk, potentially detained situation. Back to the checklist. I mean, I made a video today about like what white people can do because we have to think about it this way. Like, what can white people do to help? Like, how do you flex your white privilege? And like, I think, and I've seen it done really well online, especially with the Portland raids, right to assembly, right to protest, and right to record, especially in New York City too. I mean, those are, our new mayor, Mamdani, was talking a bit about in a video about how those rights are especially protected in New York. So those are really important rights to remember as you're thinking about supporting. And we talked about it with Georgia and Karen too. Like, how do you help from your sofa?
Right.
Right. Like, how do you not, like those of us who are maybe less confrontational, we're talking to the king of confrontation on this episode, Walter Masterson, in a little bit where he's coming to the studio, but maybe not all of us are Walter.
No, I think
you want to do something from home.
Right. I think the other thing though is that, and I am sort of guilty of this as well, is I feel like I have to be careful not just sort of just wish this stuff away. Right?
Yeah.
And be willing to sort of do the thing. So are you willing to go out? Like, you could be upset at the situation, but what are you willing to do? What are you willing to risk? Right. And I'm not suggesting that anybody like risk their lives or their livelihoods or anything like that. But like, are you willing to go out to take it to the streets and protest?
Yeah.
Are you willing to call people out?
Right.
Do you actually, I mean, and I know we get so tired of hearing this kind of thing, but are you actually willing to write your congressman? Are you actually willing to do those things? Are you willing to get involved in sort of grassroots organizations? And you have to hold the mirror up to yourself and be like, do you really want to do those things? Or do you wish that other people would do it and make the problem go away?
And I'm going to make it easy for you because you know what? I am that person who will pay the $40 delivery fee for the seamless thing that's right down the street. So if you are one of those people
Shame
and
on
you just want to support without actually doing anything other than throw money at the problem, that's okay. There's like a very real place for you in
there is.
the fight for justice.
For sure.
My friend runs a nonprofit. She represents people who are deemed mentally unsound to stand trial by themselves. You don't have a right to a lawyer in immigration court. You have a right to consult a lawyer, but one will not be provided for you like in criminal court. So basically what she does is she's a defense attorney for those people who are not mentally sound to stand trial themselves. So you can go to the link in my link tree and you can make a tax deductible gift to her nonprofit where she does this defense work. She's incredible. But these legal defense funds really are a great venue for you. Maybe you don't feel like protesting or you aren't a lawyer who can go do something.
So somebody like your friend who has this nonprofit and she's an attorney, so she has a very sort of specific skill set. Do organizations like that need volunteers? People who do, like people with a certain language skill. Maybe if it's somebody with a mental health issue, like a social worker, like somebody.
Go to Immigration Justice Campaign. I've done a lot of work for them in my life. They always need people with a language skill or a volunteer or support, or like they have incredible resources. They've supported my entire immigration career with just like people helping write briefs. People like it is this extraordinary network of people.
Like, are you a good editor? Like, can you help in that way?
Yes.
Right. I mean,
non-lawyer support.
Right. I think there are a lot of people, and and I think a lot about I have this language skill. How can I, and it's one of those things that, I didn't go to school to learn how to speak French or Haitian Creole. It just happened in my house. So I have it already. And I know Haitian people very well. And I understand the community. And I think that what can I do to help my community,
Exactly.
So if you are somebody, you've got those language skills and you have the desire to be helpful, there is a way to do that.
Yeah. We're your girls. We're here every week. We got you. We'll be thinking this through with you, especially as, like Mélissa says, we're changing the tires on the car while the car's in motion.
It's unbelievable to me. Yeah.
This will change every week, but we're also here to support each other. We got a fierce network of people.
We do.
And we're here to support you too.
Interested in sort of like bringing more people into that network, right?
Totally,
and like, if there's something that I don't know, you tell me, I'll tell somebody else.
DM it to me. Like, you guys know I probably overshare in my stories. So if there is info that I can quickly screenshot and just reshare, please do it.
Michael loves a good oversharing moment.
I'm happy to do it. And y'all know I post without thinking. So anyway, Walter's here. So we're going to go ahead and reset. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with Walter Masterson. We're so excited. We're here with Walter Masterson. He creates satirical social street interviews and political pranks. His appearances have included rallies, protests, school board meetings. He sometimes adopts right-wing personas, such as MAGA Republican or supporter of Donald Trump. Welcome to the show! Welcome to Recess!
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you on. All right, so I'm going to ask you a question right away. Sorry.
Do it. Run.
So I've been paying attention to your social media for a really long time. I really appreciate the work that you're doing. I have to tell you, Walter, you go into these situations and you're speaking with these people, and I legitimately have anxiety on your behalf. And I get worried about your personal safety.
Do people say that a lot, that they have anxiety?
Oh, yeah. No, people have said that. I have a problem with, like, that's sort of my thing of, I usually tell people that tag along as like, if you see me start to worry, then it's a huge issue. You should panic.
Right.
Because I sort of have this very weird, like, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then when it's bad, I'm like, all right, you got to go. If you see me worrying, just run.
Just the safety for the people that are with you.
Do you ever, though? Because here's the thing. I think that when we are talking about MAGA people, a lot of them come across to me anyway as absolutely unhinged and a little on the wrong side of crazy and sort of quick to violence, right? And you are out there putting a mirror in front of them if they get it right away, because sometimes they're too stupid to understand what you're doing. But when they finally maybe get an idea that you're coming for them, what is because we're seeing a couple of clips on social media, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have like the big picture of what's happening. What is their reaction? What do they say to you? What do they want to do to you? Do you ever feel like, shit?
There's been a few times when I've said, okay, like there's been one time I was getting kicked out of a city hall. I was getting kicked out of a town hall in Springfield, Ohio.
Okay.
That was, remember they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats?
Yeah. I'm Haitian. I remember that very well.
My producing partner and I went there and spoke at the town hall as members of the J.D. Vance campaign. We believe in the American dream over at the J.D. Vance campaign. And in order to achieve that dream, we need to stop other people from that dream.
Oh, God.
And we leaned all the way into it.
Wait, how did you prepare for that? Did you dress a certain way? Were you? I
had on my Heritage Foundation hat, and we came there, and it was actually pretty funny. So the part that went wrong was I was supposed to give a speech. Then my producing partner was supposed to give a speech.
Right.
I was a primer. His was absurd. So way over the top. Right. Just absolute nonsense. So then they switched the order so that he went first. Then I went.
Oh, no.
And so right on top of each other, and I go, oh, wow, okay, this kind of screws things up, but okay, roll with it.
Yeah.
And they tossed us after our speeches. And I remember telling the police officer, I said, I mean, since you're throwing me out, can you just walk us to our car? I mean, you're going to escort me out of the building anyway. You know, the car is 50 feet away. I remember the police officer was like, sure. Because people were furious.
Yeah,
sure.
People were mad.
And it was the perfect storm of furious because I had MAGA people that knew I was making fun of them, absolutely furious at me. Then I had people that were somewhat progressive that thought I was from the J.D. Vance campaign, and they were furious with me. And then I had people that they were just furious. Like, hey, you know what? You're coming here
We're
to
just mad because everyone's mad.
You're mocking our town. You don't live here. You're coming here to make fun of us. And I had just managed to upset every demographic in that town simultaneously. And
I'm so worried.
And I remember we get in the car, and my producing partner's like, I'm like, so anyway, and he's like, go, come on. He's like, and then we're like running red lights. He's like, do not take your foot off the gas until
just to get out of Dodge.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Walter, you're often behind enemy lines.
Right.
What I love about all your videos is that you always have a backup. You have 3 or 4, you do it in waves. You start making a toast, then someone else makes a toast. It's never just
defiance,
one person. Yes, exactly. So the Lee Zeldin video.
I'd like to propose a toast to Lee Zeldin for just destroying our access to clean air and clean water.
What's next? Ghislaine Maxwell for the Women's Empowerment Summit.
I'm from Long Island. That was my former representative. Yeah.
And it was so ironic. The New York Cancer Society, which for the record,
love.
They do great work.
Yes.
They're curing cancer. They have a person speaking at their charity function that is going to be responsible for giving thousands of people cancer. Unequivocally. That is not that he is opening coal plants, deregulating air restrictions, water restrictions. I mean, you can put feces in water now, thanks to him. I mean, just across the board. And he is speaking at the New York Cancer Society.
Right.
Unironically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so that was
on?
that was through Climate Defiance. We bought out a bunch of those seats and planned it out. If anyone wants to do what you see in that video, just contact Climate Defiance. You can get in with them.
Wow.
They're always looking
Quick shout out to Climate Defiance if you want to get involved. We were just talking before this segment about what people can actually do to get involved, because you are probably the all the way at this end of the spectrum of involvement. And there's a lot of people who are at the opposite end of the spectrum who are not involved at all.
Getting involved makes it feels better.
It does. I will say, as people who are involved, it feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the danger, not really a danger, but for me, like, you get involved, but am I involved enough? Right? Like, what's enough? What's enough for Walter? Is enough for Michael? Is enough for Mélissa?
Oh yeah, I go through that all the time.
You're like, could I be doing more?
Could I be doing more? And then to the average person, it's a lot, but to my peer group, it's like, I mean, what more is there to do? And am I doing enough? Am I making a difference, or am I just shit posting on the internet?
Right.
I go through that too, like, especially as like immigration law cases get overturned or people get deported. Cases I've worked on for years, the person ends up getting deported. Anyway, I go through this cycle of like, did I actually fucking make a difference? I had a client who I worked with him for, I think like a year. It was the trial. And after we won, he OD'd and died within a month. And I was like, did I fucking do anything? Like, did I actually like make a difference here? And it's like, it was just like something that I had to go through as I was sort of grieving
I think
that.
you did. I mean, it's tragedy, obviously, that he died that way, but you did really good work for him. That part of it is not on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I wasn't like, oh, this is on me. I was this is... For me, I came away from it and I was like, I did this thing. I was swinging hard for someone who no one ever swung for him before. Mm-hmm. So that I came away from it and I was like, okay, we went down swinging. I gave him what probably very few people have given him in his life, which is like a second chance or third or whatever. I don't know. I still have like complicated emotions around it, but like
that hits me because I'm sober. I've been sober for over a decade.
Wow!
So
congrats.
Yeah, and there's probably good reason that I don't do it. I don't drink or drug, and I used to. So I'm reformed. You know, and that's part of what radicalized me is.
So that I was going to ask you. So what made you turn into this person? Like, who were you before?
Just seeing how the criminal justice system treated me versus someone else. Mm-hmm. Right, seeing the documentary about the Central Park Five.
Mm-hmm.
And
great documentary.
Because I lived probably 20, maybe 25 blocks from the Central Park Five. I grew up 25 blocks away. That's not far.
No.
However, I thought about the differences. I am white, come from a middle-class family.
Yeah.
The cops treated me, and I did the same nasty stuff that they did. You accuse them of being hooligans, of doing this and that. Mm-hmm. I looked at all that and said, I this is nothing compared to what my friends and I did.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd get arrested by the police. Like we earned it. It was through merit.
To arrest a white boy in Manhattan.
We got there through merit. And this is like, this is as kids, and it was very inconsequential type of trouble. Then I saw what they went through versus myself, and that like flipped a switch.
I was going to say, was that your primary experience with the criminal justice system? Just as a lawyer who does a lot of defense work, like what was your experience like? Was it mostly through policing, or was it the DA, or was it with sentencing? Like what was your sort of relationship to it as you?
And I could just see, well, first off, my family had means to support me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's huge. I saw the difference when I would hang out and get in trouble with my friends that were not white. So I remember they always were like this around the cops, like, yes, officer, yes, officer. And I would always mouth off. I remember we walking through the park one time and I was just being mouthy. Cops are there like, hey, park's closed. And my black friends are like, yeah, sorry, officer, sorry. And I'm like, it's okay, officer, they're with me. And then I remember the cop car, like just full speed, stop, throws everyone against the car.
Yep.
And then the cop's like, oh, do you want to, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you correctly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like my friends are getting cuffed and they're like, bro, you gotta dial that back. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's really interesting though. So obviously I grew up as a Black woman, but I remember being in high school with some white friends and we were going into the Genovese and my friend decided to shoplift and immediately I was like, I cannot be a part of this at all.
Was your friend white?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know how I know the first and the last name, but I won't say it. But
Genovese was already a deep cut to the 90s.
Sure,
Genovese, bring her back. Love Genovese.
But like, I mean, but there was this feeling of like, I'm going to just leave because I can't be anywhere near you because I know that you'll be the one who gets blamed. Watching me. They're watching me. You know, there's this feeling and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go. You go ahead and shoplift your
So you played the decoy.
Tan. Oh. No, I left.
No. It's actually funny because I remember one time I was accused of shoplifting when I was not.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, every other time you were.
And I was like, every other time. Like the one time that I was not doing crime. I was like, and I remember just being furious. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if that happened to me more than once, God damn it. Like something I had paid for that they were like, you did not pay for that. And I was like, excuse me? And they like ran up on me and everything. And I was like, and I'm like,
how dare you?
And I was like, I am furious. Imagine if this happened to me more than once, if this is a regular occurrence. I would, because I was like, I was a 10 at that moment.
Right. The way that we sort of relate to crime. I just think it's just like so interesting to me as someone who just like studies it and then I have to be in like the world around it. What gets policed and what doesn't get policed, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're constantly talking about that on this show and what I get away with as a white man in a suit walking past a security guard that other people don't. As you're sort of approaching this, I mean, you're creating these videos. You touched on it a little bit. What is the positive outcome that you have seen? Like, I think it's important for people to see. We're trying to give like hopeful messages on this show, any opportunity we can, where you do this, what I find to be hilarious work. You're a stand-up comic, like you've got an improv background. You go into these situations, you create these videos that are just very entertaining to watch. What has there been like a changed mind or a shift that you've witnessed or something that you have seen from doing this work that you've come away with as it being like a positive experience for you?
Yeah, I think it's more like people are brought into the fold and I try to do something very sensational. It's very sensational. It's funny.
Yeah.
I try to be funny. And it's something it's something that there are people that contact me saying that they've gotten more involved.
Love it.
Because sort of made it humorous.
Yes.
And made it and they weren't really paying attention prior. And then so that was the hope of, I mean, most people aren't really paying attention, or most people are sort of overloaded. And I always look for like, what's the new medium to sort of deliver this information. And so it's like, all right, I could say that David Rubenstein is a climate criminal, or I could say it at a charity benefit where he's the main guest of honor. And I say it to a room of 300 to 400 people amidst dead silence.
Right.
And, and then, and I film it. And then people are like, oh, David Rubenstein, climate criminal, private equity, public enemy. Got it. Right. And then it's versus me just saying that to camera.
Right.
There are other people are very eloquent with that and can make an impact. I try to do better in that regard.
Right. I mean, I think Michael and I were talking about this before. It's like you have this certain skill set, right? This is what you're really good at. And this is something that you are passionate about. You worry about it. So you're taking your skill set, you're taking your talent, and you're making it so that now other people become aware of it, right? Yeah. And they'll figure out what they can do. But this is what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had someone that came up to me and told me that they were radicalized by my video where my friends and I disrupted and shut down Andrew Cuomo's press event.
That
felt good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That I saw that video. I love that. I'm such a Cuomo hater, so please.
Oh yeah, no, that was lovely. It was just, we showed up. We outnumbered him. We outnumbered his staff. We outnumbered his supporters. We outnumbered the press.
It was a really small event. It was like this, like in New York, if you're watching this and you're not in New York, they do these little like pop-up, I'm at a school. I think it was at a library or something.
No, it was in front of a school.
Yes.
And I showed up with a printout from the Board of Education saying that he did not have consent to use this school
to campaign in front of.
And country are collapsing.
This is the email from the Department of Education saying they don't have permission to be in front of the school or inside the school. And his campaign grabbed me first. And then meanwhile, there's 6, 7, 8 people already in front of him that they didn't recognize, that they were like they thought,
I remember that you really outnumbered like his staffers.
Yeah, and it was live on Fox Now. So for just 10 minutes, he was just getting dogged mercilessly. The thing that he came there to talk about didn't get addressed at all, and I was like,
not at all.
That's great.
That's a win.
He was there to talk about defunding public education,
right?
And that didn't get talked about. I was happy. I'm like, great.
But you talked to the winner of that race. You talked to Mamdani recently.
Yeah, I talked to him. It's funny. I got to interview him right before he became a phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was really kind of just this kind of inside baseball where I'm like, I interviewed him, I posted the video and didn't go anywhere. People were like, whatever, bro. Like,
but then it comes back later.
Yeah.
There's always that like resuscitation on the internet. Yeah, then when someone gets.
Then he becomes a phenomenon a month later, and I was like, oh, cool. I got this. I felt good. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not just riding the wave. I was,
no.
I was there.
You were there.
You were there blowing
there.
up the DMs before the videos went viral. Yeah.
So that was nice. And it has been refreshing to speak to him to where he gives clear, concise answers that address what you asked. He's not afraid of his own ideas. Mm-hmm. Whereas I feel like the Democratic Party at large is terrified of their own ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, think about it. Healthcare, housing as a human right, water as a human right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, environment.
And,
education,
education, all this stuff. And they are terrified of their own platform.
Actually implementing that platform, right? We see Governor Hochul all the time just sort of, I'm going to do this big, bold thing, and then dials it back a couple weeks later.
Yeah, and then just says something very milquetoast, homogenous.
Mealy-mouthed kind of answer.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, you get Trump and his crew coming in saying we should deport every Somali, not Somali immigrants, not just Somali.
Everyone.
Just and there is a level to which you're like, you know what? Nothing matters anymore. Right. They're going to call you just say what you believe. They're going to call you a communist. Anymore. They're going to accuse you of trying to make everyone trans, and you're Soros backed. And they're just going to say this anyway. You're automatically an Israel hating, Palestinian loving communist that wants to open our borders.
Right.
And just lean into it.
Do you see like a ripple effect of that? The fact that Mamdani did not back down from his platform and full chested was like, you know what? These are the 3 things I'm going to do, no matter what anyone says. Yeah. And he stuck with that, and he's still sticking with it. I think.
I know, and think about this. So think about if he had lost.
Right.
If he had lost, what would be happening right now? Forget the fact, yes, Cuomo would be the mayor. If he had lost, the entire Democratic Party would take a harder right turn.
Mm-hmm.
Again, and there would be a progressive ideals.
Yes. Yeah. It would be a mandate. It would basically, the mandate would be progressivism loses elections. You'll even lose in New York.
But if he did lose, it would mean, that any progressive ideal is a campaign killer. That we have to stay centrist. That we have to stick to
their narrative
the party line. Yes, exactly. Because, it didn't work with Kamala, so therefore
they
we
run
have to go further and further.
They run these very establishment campaigns, very uninspiring campaigns.
Yep.
everyone else has to do the work of spreading the message because they're just terrible at this. And then when they lose, the number one talking point is, well, they were too progressive. And they're saying this about people that are, it's like hurts my brain to call Biden a communist, to call Kamala a communist. And I'm like,
Kamala was a prosecutor for 20 years.
He's sort of establishment Joe Biden, who's like been part of the government since the
famous
Earth Corps.
Marxist.
Yeah.
Famous Marxist Joe Biden. Stuff like that. And so that to me is, in the past year, I mean, I used to be like, yes, we hate MAGA, we hate Trump. In the past year, I'm like, you know what? I can open that tent to the Democratic Party.
Sure, you can.
My hatred of MAGA. I can fit the Democratic Party in that tent too.
Yeah,
it's a big tent.
It's a big tent, and they're so fucking disappointing. They're so disappointing. It's actually like kind of sickening. It's like you guys aren't standing for anything.
Yeah, and just for the record, it's the off season. I mean, if there was an election 2 weeks from now, I would be saying, hey, oh my God, have you seen Gavin Newsom's new meme? He just released a new meme. Oh my God, it's a new meme. And Nancy Pelosi, such a girl
we love
boss.
her. Oh man,
yes, queen, girl boss.
Yes,
Hillary Clinton,
Diva
Nancy
Hillary
Pelosi.
is back on the scene.
Oh my God, yeah, girl boss.
But
yes,
now
queen.
that we are in the
feminist
icon, now is the
we can
time
talk
to
shit.
apply
We can talk
pressure.
Yeah. When the election's 2 weeks from now, I'll be like, oh my God, yay.
We'll have you back on right before the election.
And we'll all be like, oh my God.
We love the Democratic establishment. Chuck
Bill
Schumer,
Clinton,
get in here, honey.
Chuck Schumer. Just a breath of breath air, right?
Jeffries, love you,
Oh my
babe.
God, Jeffries, you see that picture with him? He's holding a baseball bat.
Baseball is the truest American
He was holding
sport.
a baseball bat.
Beautiful. Land of the free.
He's fostering kittens.
It was just, oh my God, yeah.
Okay, so was there anything in the news cycle? We're sort of trying to cover a little bit more of like the news cycle as we come into the studio on
we were talking
Mondays.
about Puffy before.
We were talking
Diddy
about
documentary.
Diddy documentary
Right
this weekend.
That's right.
Oh man. Okay.
So just some random tea. This is unverified and stuff like that. But it's like my own personal experience is if you're part of the club scene in the aughts,
country club,
or the teens, the nightclub scene in New York City, during that time, anyone that I would meet would talk about how Diddy loved to get filleted by men, and it was a power thing. Anyone would explain that to you, and it was such a pervasive thing that I ignored it because I hate these like black rumors of like black men. They're all DL,
right?
And it was something like, oh, stop it, like, right? Because it would always come with other stuff. However, everyone that like went out regularly to clubs had some connection with Diddy. They all repeated this. They were like, oh yeah, no, and they all were very clear that it wasn't about sexuality. It was about like power. It was power based, and he liked big men to like get on their knees and submit to him. That was a very, it was like almost like an open secret.
It was Well, I mean, like the Cosby rumors were around for
forever,
decades before there were any actual accusers or
Right.
court cases.
Right.
Yeah, open secret stuff like that.
But the documentary is out now.
Yeah,
and 50 Cent is out on the media circuit.
Oh yeah, he's on that junket.
And he's doing interviews on ABC.
Like we don't like him.
This is a guy who does not. He's MAGA. He probably has really awful opinions about the Me Too movement.
Yeah,
and he's doing a documentary talking about
his nemesis.
Yeah, about like
and he's
interviewing people that came forward with essay allegations,
right,
and how we should believe them. And I guarantee you, if Diddy wasn't his nemesis, he wouldn't be believing any of these people. So let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, this is not somebody who's doing this for the greater good to put the information out there.
No, it's because
he hates him, and he's just like, you know what? I'm going to take the stuff that we already know, and I'm just going to fan the flame of this, right? Yeah. And also, like, his career isn't like. I haven't heard him on the radio.
But what do we think about this though? Because this is like an ethical conundrum, right? Because ultimately, these essay survivors are getting FaceTime. Their stories are being told. it's being told by a hater. He's playing it on ABC so that Diddy can watch it in prison because ABC plays on prison televisions. Like there is that piece, right? Of like 50 Cent is a hater and a MAGA supporter and doing this for all the wrong reasons. But the outcome is actually supporting
I'll take it.
These women's voices, right? Like I'm like,
right.
I'll take the win where I can get it, I guess. It's like how I'm like, if we're just like, when are we gonna, it's never gonna be perfect.
Right. If we're waiting for the perfect messenger, right? There is no perfect messenger. And this is information it's important and people are interested in it. If it's coming from
CJ, throw up a photo of 50 Cent, just his wide smile in the ABC interviews because he's absolutely delighted to be talking about this on camera where it's knows.
It's almost, what's the word? Like, it's so unseemly. His joy at this is like unseemly, right?
Yeah.
Like, we all know that they hated each other, right? So this is not somebody who's just like, I just thought it was really important that everybody knew about this. This is just like, I hate this motherfucker. And that's because that's what it is. It's like, I hate him and I want him to know that I hate him and I want everybody else to know this is how much I hate you. I hate you so much that I am willing to invest my own time and resources into this documentary that is going to sort of further chop you up into bits. But the flip side about it is that he deserves it, right? So it's like this weird place.
And it's a shame because prior to these essay allegations, this is going to sound very weird. Just I am not condoning his essay allegations. I don't like Diddy. Okay. And this is a very left-handed compliment to him. Let's just say left-handed compliment is that he was an inspirational figure because he was an incredibly mediocre person that was hugely successful. I mean, not the best music producer.
No.
Not the best rapper.
No.
Horrendous actor. Horrendous. However, this is a man who, had multiple hit records, owned his own label, terrible clothing designer, owned his own successful clothing line. And he was the lead on a Broadway show. God, I looked at that and I thought, I mean, you could be anything. This is a mediocre human being.
Let that inspire you.
That
he can do that. Reba McEntire can have a lip gloss line with no upper lip. Like don't let these things stop you from succeeding, from moving forward. Melissa's hand.
Reba McEntire, famous for not essaying anyone.
Reba, this one goes out to you.
Yeah, just you can have all the lip liner.
Here's your last chance, fancy. Don't let me down.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. But incredibly mediocre, driven human being that just reached new
Don't let
heights.
mediocrity stand in the way of your dreams.
Yeah, I think that's what we should show that to kids.
That's the takeaway?
No, it's stitched onto a cross stitch on the pillow at my therapist's office.
Yeah, be like, listen, you can, go for your dreams, kids. I mean, if this mediocre man
you can also be talentless and you too could become president of the United States of America.
There are all sorts of conspiracies.
Oh, and just for the record, Diddy helped Elon Musk buy Twitter. So I feel like people
famously good for society.
Yeah. So
billionaires owning.
If you're thinking, what good did Diddy do? I mean, he helped Elon Musk, President Musk, buy Twitter. And it was just so, I mean, I think we need to all remember that Diddy was good friends with Trump, good friends with Elon, and
photos of him at the White House
with the worst people.
I just remember that first day of Twitter when just every slur was back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All over Twitter. Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory? Is there like a conspiracy theory that you're like, this one
There's so many. How do you pick?
I think Luigi didn't do it. That's my conspiracy.
Oh,
I don't think that's him in the photo at McDonald's. That's not him at McDonald's.
I mean, we don't even know what happened that day, really.
If you look at the photos, I'm like, this is not the same person. Like, what is happening?
Do we even care?
my favorite conspiracy is the bullet diary that Kash Patel Kash Patel's FBI leaves behind.
Oh, yes.
Every active murder scene. I mean, we all remember
I've heard about
that
this.
episode of Law and Order where they go to an active crime scene and they tweet out all of the evidence, confirmed and unconfirmed, onto
I
the
don't
internet
remember
within
this episode.
minutes.
What
and
is
there's bullets with just bullet diaries everywhere.
There's
like, I did it. Nancy Pelosi, we love her. Chuck Schumer, King. Right on the bullet. Right on the bullet. And then with a text message too. Thanks to Kash Patel's FBI.
Tweeted that out.
Yeah, and they just and it goes out immediately. Forget waiting for detectives to corroborate this.
Right, to do a full investigation.
Or file it, or even to file
Right.
it and log it into evidence. I mean, who needs that?
Are you a Law and Order fan? There's a show on this network that does recaps of Law and Order
I was actually
episodes.
on. Fun fact, I was actually on Law and Order SVU.
Okay, pull up the clip. Pull up the clip, CJ.
Were you a victim? Were you the perpetrator? Were you a witness?
I was
on the show. Please be clear.
I was
not in real life.
No, on the show on SVU. Yes, not IRL. No, it was one of these things. It's one of those things where they happen upon someone who's doing something questionable, but this is not the actual criminal. So the cops just sort of go like, you know what, whatever you're doing, this is
we don't really
garbage,
care about
but
that.
you know what, like we have an essay crime to solve here, but you're an asshole. It's one of those scenes. Season 10, episode 1.
Love it.
It was with Luke Perry.
That paycheck hit hard. I love it.
Oh, that was back before streaming was pervasive.
Are you still getting royalty checks?
I got royalty checks, tons of them, when there was more syndication.
Yeah.
Because people would say, oh, I saw you on Law and Order. And I go, what channel? What network? And they go, NBC. And I'd go, oh, yeah.
Give me that.
Give me that.
Give me that syndication
I'm getting a full
money.
day's pay again. Versus, then they'd say, oh, I saw it on Netflix. And I go, oh, get away from it.
Why did you even watch it?
Like,
stream it on YouTube. I'll get paid more.
Like I knew I would get like something, like maybe like, several $100s if it was on USA, TNT, or on Marathon versus Netflix. I'd be like, oh, God damn it.
Okay. Is there something you want to plug on the show?
Come join me on my stand-up tour. I'm going through DC, Boston, Phoenix, Colorado, San Francisco, San Diego. And join me. Just see me IRL. I'm really funny.
Oh, you are hysterically
I'm really funny. I make people laugh.
Funny people famously have to beg you to believe they're funny.
Yeah. That's, this comedy is good comedy is when you have to explain the joke right afterwards.
It's beautiful.
Because it went over everyone's head. Yeah.
There's a lawsuit we covered in law school, just real quick, shout out, where there was a joke about a contract where you got a plane if you got enough PepsiCo tickets. It's like a famous lawsuit. And the judge and the clerk had to explain the joke of the commercial. It just ruined the whole thing.
Oh God.
It was great. Anyway.
Oh my God, wait, I want to know that.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
So wait, Walter, you have a website, right?
Yes.
Okay,
WalterMasterson.com.
Yeah, so we'll plug it.
Yeah, where you can get tickets.
And then you'll find where you can get tickets and everything on your website. Amazing.
Okay.
But you were in Chicago and Portland, or just one for the ice?
Crazy. So I made a comedy tour before Trump decided to send National Guard into all of these cities and ice. And so I went to Chicago, Portland.
Yeah.
I went to Philly and then also Seattle. And while I was there, I went to the ICE facilities.
Yeah.
And spoke to activists. And basically, Chicago, I think, has it the worst because it's not targeted in, listen, the white supremacist playbook is to put it in certain areas and disperse it.
Right.
In certain areas so that the neoliberals can go like, what? Like, we're not,
what?
Right.
So it's not like that in Chicago. It's everywhere all the time.
Right.
And it is just a hellhole with regards to that because parents do not feel safe letting their children walk alone to school. Yeah. If they're Black, if they're walking next to someone that is not white.
Wow.
It is like, hey, you know what? you're going to be stopped. You might be kidnapped. You'll be swept up with someone else. So they don't let children walk to school. There's tons of organizations that walk children to school and stand there during pickup. Portland, very similar to
We're going to
that.
list those organizations so that you can support them.
Yeah. Like there's very small mutual aid, type Pilsen Community Defense, and great ones that just are they're only known in the community. Portland is insane as well.
Yeah.
And they're like, that ICE facility has snipers standing on the roof at night, purely for intimidation. No one is trying to break into this facility.
Mm-hmm.
They are nasty, and they're just behave like they're completely above the law. And I'm saying this, any Democrat that wants to run for office that says that they're going to reform ICE and do this, I'm like, no, this is an agency that needs to be completely eradicated.
Right.
You cannot reform these people. These people joined to behave like complete thugs.
Right. And it does seem to me like, when you're sort of like getting a picture of the kind of person who's like, all right, this is what I'm going, this is my calling, right? I'm going to be a part of ICE. When I think about it, it is the person that you went to high school or elementary school who was like the bully, who like never really amounted to anything.
It's the
and
divorcee
like,
incel.
It's like, and this is their opportunity to shine, right? Because they're not really good at anything. So I'm going to do this. And it gives me an opportunity to be a bully. I'm a professional bully. I'm getting paid for it. And it's like, it sort of amps themselves up when they were like,
it gives them purpose.
And they were probably like living in their mother's basement, not doing anything, and now they're like important. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they're getting a signing bonus. They're getting a full salary.
Right.
None of that signing bonus is going towards child support payments at all.
Right.
And just like,
confirmed. Fact check it. Confirmed.
Come on. Put that signing bonus towards child support payments.
Yeah.
Your kid's 529 fund.
Come on. But that was the case when I had visited ICE facilities and spoken to people on the ground in the communities there. I mean, Chicago, Portland, I think are the absolute worst.
Yeah.
In terms of, and on top of that, you have tons of MAGA grifters showing up to those facilities.
Yeah.
I saw you talking to some of them. I saw
to make content and be like, look at how
great this is.
Yeah, and they show up with the "Don't Tread on Me" hats.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So the only people with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag are counter-protesting. You have a Gadsden flag. I thought the "Don't Tread on Me" should be on the other side. You're counter-protesting with a Gadsden flag.
There's one video I'm speaking to a guy. I'm like, you're wearing a Gadsden flag hat. You cannot. That is literally states' rights, states' rights, states' rights. Don't tread on me. Let the states decide.
Right.
This is the opposite of letting the states decide.
Exactly it. This is you don't know what that means. You just like the snake chopped up image. You don't know what that actually means or what it's from.
They don't know what it means. They don't know what it means. And I mean, and I wonder, do they even realize how stupid they are? I
honestly think that it's more of like, we voted for this. This is exactly what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not interested in debating or being consistent. They're in a position right now where they can say, listen, this is what I want. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to, play into some consistency with you about this. This is exactly what I want. I don't care that I have rights and they don't. I want the, 5th and 14th Amendment to apply to myself.
Yep.
And
only.
Yeah.
Right. And there's so many blind spots with that, right? Like they voted for all of this, but did you vote for higher cost for groceries? Like, did you vote for gas prices to go up? Mm-hmm. Like, did you vote for tariffs to increase everything for cost of living has gone up? Did you vote for the lowest job numbers in almost a decade?
Well, but listen, you're losing sight of the big picture here.
Which is?
Okay, you can now say gay retard at work.
Yeah.
Right, there are two trans volleyball players.
Is all over.
Right.
Yeah, there's two trans volleyball players nationwide that won't get to play volleyball this year.
Yep, yep.
And it's
less than half
the decimation of the farmland.
This is the comedy you're going to get on Walter's tour. Okay?
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Get tickets, waltermasterson.com. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
I'm so
you.
glad we got a
Thank you.
chance to
Yeah.
chat today.
This was great.
I mean, Walter was just so great and incredible. I loved chatting with him.
did not
He's
expect
hilarious.
him to be anything other than what
We
he
got
was.
to go to
and he
his
was
show.
great. Yeah.
If he's got dates in New York, we should go.
Oh, 100%.
And
I want to go.
we'll take a selfie.
We will.
Okay. Just quick YouTube comment. Michael, does your husband know your bagel order? Yes, he does. I have a couple different bagel orders and he knows all of them based off my mood and what happened the night before. Because I can't eat lox if I was drinking hard liquor the night before. I get nauseous.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Michael Foote.
I'm Mélissa Malebranche.
And we'll see you in court.
Not me. I don't go to court.